Someone finally started cussing. I thought it was weird. I played football at a D2 school in the Midwest, and I know Midwest guys like to sling it, but I couldn't hear. Nobody was slinging it early, so I was surprised. About time. All right. I guess I got to share my screen. Let's get that rolling. Did it do it? What do I got to do here?
If you go down to if you hit the share screen, and then it'll probably have a little pop-up window for you to hit.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I know it's not sharing. I don't know what it's doing. It was working earlier. Let's see. Did that do it?
No.
All right, let me try that again.
Oh, there you go. Now we're good. Yep.
I don't know what was taking so long. So the first thing I'll go over is just our smash concept. We run a little bit different. We don't run a hitch. We run like a little 5-yard whip route where we sell slant, and then we run to 10 to 12 corner with a 25 yard landmark. We try to keep it high, and then we can bring him back to it. Sometimes we don't do as well with that as I would like us to. Then I'll just show you guys some variations as we work through it, which is probably what we do a little bit better of is the variations. We run a little A clear. You guys probably seen a lot of that in 7-on-7. We bust it out a little bit and try to throw the back down the middle of the field every once in a while. But the biggest thing we do is we run a corner post off of it because we do sell a lot of smash and run a lot of that. We see a lot of too high or cover one, which I like it against cover one as well. Other variation, we'll give it a switch call, which is next. Oh, my contact info was up here too. Let me give you that. So that's my contact info. If you guys want this or the cut-ups, I'll send them to you. Just email it. I have no problem sending that. And I think this is recorded, so I think you guys can get that probably at any time. If we give it a switch call, it's the same deal. So this is a switch look at a 3x1 where we'll run like our sting route here flat. Then we'll run what we call a seam 7. So we'll go 5 inside stem, push vertical, and then burst it out or on an angle at 15 with a clear down the middle to hold the safety. We really don't get the back out a ton. We do it a little bit. I like to try to protect our quarterbacks like anybody does as much as we can. So I give them the choice a lot, and I usually try to convince them that that's the one, or that I want them to leave the back in and protect with 6 men. Switch call with corner post tag, and then we'll tag a seam 7 on the end of the boundary with that, or we'll run the same whip route. Either way, our quarterback gets to signal that. And then the other one we run is our swap route, where we'll just take the H or the number 2 to the high clear, and then they'll kind of rub off of each other. The clear will usually be first on that. They should be anyway. Sometimes it's a little off. Both of our guys, depending on who they're trying to stem, will just kind of work off of each other. I had 2 kids that have had a lot of experience this last year, so that helped. And then just our regular switch call at a 2x2. We front side slide our protection. So we're a front side slide, and then back side we're man protection, and then our back just fits a gap out on the back side. We're pretty simple protection wise. We run a little bit of man, but it's pretty rare. The other wrinkle we run is we'll triple move this. So the Pulaski Academy guy wouldn't probably like that. It's going to take us longer than 2.5 to get that one out, but we do run it a little bit. We had a good offensive line and a quarterback that went to USC that threw on time and made guys miss and made us look good. And then we'll run this wrinkle out of it as well, where we just pump it. We call it our 627 pump route, but we'll just fake the shark and then work back inside through. What you get a lot is you'll get these safeties out here to split wide and run out, and then you can run these guys back through in the middle. And we'll always keep that back in versus that. He shouldn't be on a delay. The other one we'll run is a corner post out of that at a 3x1. You'll get to see some of those on clips. And that's with the whip route on the single side. And then we'll run a seam 7. Our 7 routes are our corner routes. So on the outside, we only run those as a seam 7 or a true post corner. And then our inside guys are just straight corners, unless we tag something. We have different concepts that are different than that. All right, I'm going to switch to our cut ups. This is actually from our ESPN game, which was kind of fun for our kids. Not a lot of times Utah teams end up getting on ESPN, but since we had all the COVID stuff this year,
Might have to switch the window that you're sharing, actually.
oh, did it not go to it?
No. I think if you go back to that share, it'll let you pick a different window to share.
Oh, well, let me try that. All right. New share? New share. That's what it is. Is that it?
There you go.
Did that do it?
Yep, good to go.
All right. So we're just reading the corner here. This team played us really soft. You could see they're 3 safeties deep. We had the game before, we had kind of stretched that team pretty bad vertically. So he's just reading the smash corner to that side. They like to try to get a piece of our slots. Our slot on the right led to country and receiving, and then our kid on the left here at this H has got a lot of offers. Our slot on the other side, both pretty good players, so they spend a lot of time on that. So we just take smash there. We get into it at a 3-by-1. This is where we're going to run the clear. So we'll run the number 3 on the clear. Number 2 will go on the corner, and then our outside guys are running our whip route, or shark is what we call it. Pretty quick kid, just reading leverage. It's an easy read, just reading the corner. He stays down. It was a cover 1 look, so that stuff gets a little simple. Same deal here. We get into the red zone. They're covering down. We do a check play. So I know all you guys probably do that, where we run check. We just come up, run a no call just to see what alignment they're in. Quarterback delivers a good ball. We get a ton of reps in practice. We go pretty fast and no huddle a bunch and get a lot of practice. This kid was a 1-year starter that had transferred from a smaller school in Utah and ended up doing pretty well. Here's a really bad one here. We just kind of miss, and he's reading the corner. He makes the right read. I like his overhang defender to this side more if when they're in a soft quarters look like that one was there. Here's a corner post tag. So we just call it off a wristband, and it's just got a CP tag on there, and we just tag the receiver that runs it, and he's got it here. Our H does, throws him down over the middle. This team we were playing was actually the school I coached at for about 13 years, but it started turning over from a demographic standpoint as far as like the population aged and then enrollment down. So I went to I kind of sold out and went to a kind of newer boundary that has a lot of good talented kids in it. We go corner post here. This is at a 3-by-1. So we're taking number 2 to the corner post, 3 to the clear, then the double whip route. We get this guy open pretty good, but have a hard time tracking it. We just missed it a little bit. Here's one where we go to the clear. So he should start his read here through, and then he's got to try to read his eyes to the safety a little bit too to peek the clear. So if that guy gets depth, we'll flatten that number 3 out, which he does here. So it's almost like a deep over route. I'm trying to find a couple more of our variations. I think we just throw smash on that one. Here's one where we actually call the corner post to the J receiver, so the slot up top, and then we just still take the smash 7 side. So he just comes down here. It's 2 for 2. The safety's down. That corner comes down and plays the whip route, so then we're able to get in the corner out at a man. That one we threw smash, I think, again. I think that one we did again too. Here's one where we're in that swap route. Our quarterback's late here. So he's reading that corner. The corner kind of stays down. I love this. I love our quarterback. He was a fun kid to coach. He's the definition of gunslinger. He loved to let it rip and get it down the field a bunch. So half the time, I don't even think he was reading our corners. We had a lot of discussions about that, but I tried to also not limit him too much. He was pretty efficient for us all year. Here's one we were in corner post again. Just at a 2-by-2, gets him to stretch it. Guy bobbles it a little bit. Probably should have broke it, but big plays. I know Pulaski Academy does a great job of their offenses are always amazing. And then, just big plays. I'm a big believer in that as well. We try to stretch it. We work down the field a bunch. with our guys. Here's one where we go empty. We run like a snag concept down here into the 3 receiver side, and then up top is where we're running the smash corner post. So we're going to go 7 here by the number 3, and then it's just snag down here with a little drive route arrow, and then we're going to go whip corner post up top. He's just going to read this safety. So if this safety clears here, he knows he's got all that filled over the top. And defensive guys will love this. They're bringing pressure. They bring the house on us a little bit out of empty, but our quarterback was really good and pretty elusive and can get his feet underneath him pretty quick and rip the ball. And then the guy was able to stretch and get over the top. This is the team this was in our region. And then we ended up playing them for the championship later this year as well. Let's see if I can find. Oh, this one out of empty that we messed up. So he's supposed to check hot. So one of the things that you'll get a lot, and defenses make adjustments out of this where they try to replace their blitz and stuff like that. But that's what we're trying to do too. This slot to the top should be replacing the slant. And he didn't. So our quarterback tried to come off of it, and then he just took it. So there's one we kind of jacked up. Here's one at a corner post where he just these two had a good connection, where this safety gets so much width. He just kind of comes off the corner or the corner out and just breaks it to a post. We're still just smashed down here. And then with a whip route up top. Another one where we just throw the 7. Guy's a little shallow, both of them, both our corner or our slots. This guy does a good job of turning him in man and getting him back across on the bottom side, but we get the 7 up top. Another one here where this is a really soft quarters look that they were running. We probably went to this a little too much. Then we ended up getting into empty and had a little more success. This was a true one that we run out of empty with smash 7 and clear. So we're going to clear the number 3 or with our number 3 here, reading the corner. And then where they're all soft, we just come off here where they're going to buzz the flat real hard with their outside or overhang defender. And then we're just going to work through the clear in between the safeties. He should probably outside release this backer, and then we can wrap it and throw it in the hole there. But he goes the other way. Here's another one at empty where he just goes to the smash because it's straight 1 here and gets it. Here's one into the boundary, which I like him to try to go to if the overhang defender isn't too wide. Here he's a little wide, so I don't really like that as much, but he makes a really good throw onto the sideline. Here's one at a 3x1 where we tag the H corner post. So we're going to go our whip route, corner post, and a clear. And he can kind of get that guy's feet. He can tell his feet are already open, so he just takes it. Quarterback just throws, through that open hole. We try to hold that other safety back in there. Here's another one where we missed the blitz. I like showing these. These are good for us. So we get pressure from the backer. So the number 2 up top should run hot across, just basically cut it off and cross there. And he doesn't. So our quarterback takes a shot here. Still almost gets the 7. If our 8 keeps his shoulders to the corner, he's probably good there. Let's see. These are just smash. I'm trying to show you some here's another swap. 8 had a grade 2 MCL tear early in this game, but he kept playing through it. He looks a little hobbled here, but so we're taking him clear. We switch these guys too, so we can get him going faster through the hole. Quarterback's a little late with the read over the corner. He should be just reading here and then looking through to that. Corner's obviously down. He's a little late there. That should be earlier. Here's one when we go corner post. This is in our semifinal game. He throws it through the back of the end zone here, though. Kind of lets it sail a little bit. He didn't do that very often, though. And we're just looking through here to see if that corner's we're going to pull the other safety with our 7. Then we're looking just to throw that through the backside there. If that safety just clears out, then we can get him on the double move. I think some of our stuff here's Here's one with corner post. This one kind of breaks down off the read, but we're just clearing him with that 7, get him out of the way, and then he works in behind. This is a really good throw by our kid. He was pretty fun to work with. I'm going to miss him. I wish I had him for more than 1 year. Here's that little triple move that we run at the top. Oh, no, this isn't it. This is where we take a sack. Oh, no, we just get pressure somewhere. Let me see if I can show you where we get to that triple move. Here it is. Nope, this isn't it. Oh, yeah, it is. Quarterback does a good job making him miss. Our back kind of gets eaten up here a little bit off a blitz. Probably gets away with a hold here. We actually screwed that up in protection. Our guard was supposed to stay on him. Our guard wasn't too sharp, our right guard. Good kid, works really hard. We get him here. Cody should, our top slot up top should be taking it inside here and then go to it, but he kind of almost runs out of room here. But these guys played corner post really hard. That was the second time we had played them that year, and so they kind of hung on it pretty hard. This is a year before in our championship game. He gets his little brother laid out. So these two were brothers, the quarterback, and then that slot. This is when he was a sophomore. Then we come right back to it. We had it at a 3-by-1. Then we ran a play and then came right back to corner post here at a 2-by-2 and got him over the middle. We just pull that other safety, and then we're looking to keep that high through that hole so no backers can get underneath it. Then we just run regular smash here at a 3-by-1. He could take either one. Most quarterbacks are going to throw the deep ball. Then we just run regular smash. This team started playing us just down the middle because we kept getting with corner posts. So we just started throwing regular smash on them. Let's go to our other one. What did that do? Did that mess stuff up? Can you still see the screen?
Yeah, I can still see your screen. Yep.
Is it still on the film one?
Yep.
New share. All right. I'm figuring this stuff out. I swear this changed. Probably not.
Probably.
I'm not a big tech guy. So another concept is, how much time do I got? It's like 10. What is it? 10:10 there? About 10:08?
Yep. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're the last one, man. So go for it.
Here's an over
no
concept. Okay, sweet. Is this one sharing, right?
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Okay, so here we're going to be outside release 9 into the boundary. And then we're going to be, our 5 and out's going to be by our back. We're going to run our over route across 17 to 20. And then our base route is how we run is we run outside dig with number 2 on the post. Here's a wrinkle at a motion that we'll run it with. Another wrinkle where we'll just swap it, where we just change routes with 2 and 3. We just call that a swap tag. Or we'll switch it where we change 1 and 2 and we'll run a dig in behind it with a post over the top. The other way we run it a lot is with our, here's another one. We run it a lot out of this look as well. Just at a 2-by-2. So we'll go dig over 5 and out with the corner. At a 2 high, we'll look to hole shot the corner and the safety, and then we'll come to the 5 and out to our over route. And then the other one we run is this one, which has been really productive for us. Probably need to run it more. We have a few different varieties. We outside release, post by the number 2, over by RJ, and then a 15-yard dig on the backside. These guys, when they work this, you have to teach them to set these linebackers up, to get them high and then get back underneath them, or set them up low and go over the top and work across. They get pretty good at it when you run it a bunch with them, but it definitely takes a little bit of time. Another wrinkle we run out of it. Try to run a lot of the same concepts, as you can probably tell, with just a lot of different looks. Here's another one with a zip motion from the other side, where we're going to motion to the over. We'll run that little angle dig in behind it with the post and an outside release 9. I should have set a stopwatch. I haven't. How long have I been going? Am I all right?
I'm not sure. You're good though. Like I said, you're the last one, so no
Okay.
rush here.
Where the hell did that go? Oh, here we go. Nice. So here's our over route here. We play action this one. He's going to start down here and work up through to the safety. Now this team ran a little, they were really soft against us as far as coverage goes. he just kind of sneaks this in. His read's probably a little bit off. We play action. That backer doesn't come down quite like we would like him. And we just end up getting our over route in across there. He just finds that little seam in there. He could put it into some spots. Same game, same team, just later in the game. I think we play action this one as well. No, he just leaves the back in. So he chose to leave him in instead of going 5 and out. So we're post down here by the Z that's in the boundary. 3's on the over. I think we switched this. So yeah, 2 was on the dig. 3 was on the post. The thing I like about this is you keep them in motion on an angle downfield as they're running the route. So then you get a lot of yards after the catch with these routes. Here's another one we take that's another over concept. This kid throws it really well too and had good pocket movement. Didn't have to really have his feet underneath him very well. Here it is at a 2x2. So now the back's going to go 5 and out. We got an outside release 9 down here. A post by the 2. The over's coming from the top side with the dig. So that guy moves to the back. Now, if he comes down to the back, now he's going to look to take the over. And if the safety's down, he'll throw the post. He just reads it straight through that side. I'm trying to find a couple other varieties. Here's one out of 3x1 again, where he's just coming over from the number 3. We're outside release back on the 5 and out. We're not play action. He stays down. Get to throw the over in behind it. And then that team didn't have a lot of speed. Here's another one where we just worked that over out here. Back's trying to get out. He would have been open as well. We've had a lot of success with this route over the years for us. It's been a good one. Here's one we throw the dig in behind the over. So they all run with the over. The dig comes open over the middle. He's just going to progress across. If they're going to try to wall off the over and they're stepping up to the 5 and out, now we'll just work back to that dig in behind it. Another one out of 2x2. We check this, so it takes a little bit. We check it at the start, move our back. So now we're going to go post back on the 5 and out, over out to the J, which is that slot that just came across. Does a good job making a miss. And then we're able to get him moving. Dig's going to be on this top side as well, in behind it. Catches the ball, makes the guy miss, gets a block. Another one. So we're going to be here. We're checking, and then we get into it. Sorry. So we're 3x1 up top. Number 3's got the over. We go post, 5 and out. Catches it, gets room to run on that sideline, working up the field. Gets a little yard after the catch. The guy before me is probably pissed at their tackling, I'm sure. Here's what I'll try to get into some that we ran. This is just our basic over route that we really kind of started with. This one, we hit the post out of that 2x2 look. So he's going to read this safety. He should not inside release this, though. He's got an outside release over this guy. He gets inside, and then he gets kind of walled across. He's just lucky he's got some speed to get down the field and gets away from guys. But that guy would have still been the read, but he just kind of did it a different way. The true basic way we really started running a lot of this stuff years ago when I first became a head coach was we just ran it a lot at a 2x2. Here's one where we hit the outside vertical. He sees him kind of chasing down. He didn't feel like this corner could really cover him. Quarterback does a good job of seeing it. So we're going to go 5 and out here by the back, over out, dig, post, and then we got an outside 9 here. No help, so he kind of goes to him and rips it in there pretty well. It's good to have a good quarterback. They're fun. Here's one where we hit the back. They blitz, so he just looks hot, gets it out there to him, pick up, 10 yards. Let me get to where we run, where we just kind of ran a lot of this at a 2x2. Here's kind of one early on. This is our second play of our state championship game this year, where we play action it to get the backers down. We're an outside release 9 up top, which that kid half the time didn't do it. So just needed to get him going a little bit better, but it's enough to clear him. The guy falls down. Then we can just hit that over out over the middle. He's just reading that 5 and out. That guy pulls with it. We can throw that over out in behind it. Run it again here. We play action this a lot. These guys had a really quick D line that got after us the first time we played them a little bit. So we tried to slow them down with some different things. One of them was play action. Here it is at a 3x1. We play action again. Now this guy does a good job of restacking here. So he won't chase him on the over all the way across. He reclimbs vertical and then snaps it across. Good throw over there. Another one at a 3x1. Decides to take the post, right? That safety's down. He's kind of eyeballing him. He tries to follow him in man. Don't get a great release by our Z there. He should get going. Another one at a 2x2. We just go vertical down here. Should be an outside release. This kid was kind of a little bit of a spaz. The X was. He was a stud for us, but he's a little jittery, like excitable guy. So sometimes he'd do stuff he wasn't supposed to. Quarterback does a good job just, fitting this in here. He gets a little bit of pressure, working across, throwing into levels. We do it again here where we can just get him and then get him running, getting yards after the catch, get him on the move as they go on over routes. This is from our year before. If you guys want to, I'll stay up a little bit late anyway. I got early morning lifting, but there's one more concept I'll show you that we've had some good success with. We call it our dig swap route, but it's just basically a shallow cross to dig to post read to that side. We run an outside release 9 into the boundary, and then we'll trade that. So we'll just switch all the routes around basically. So then we'll go shallow cross by the Z. The dig swap will run through the number 2, and then we'll run a post at 15, outside release 9 and a 5 and out. We'll flick it too. We double move pretty much all our stuff. If we run it at a 2x2, we'll match it with our out swap route. So we'll take the back to the flat, which is just like a giant cell route or stick. This is at 15, and then we'll run this dig swap or a dig at 15, and then take the X across on the shallow cross.
You might have to switch your thing again.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're good.
Every time. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's weird that it does that. I don't know if it was always like that or not.
It probably has been. I'm just a little slow. So here's the traditional way we run that, where we'll go shallow cross dig to post. We'll trade is what we call it. We'll just trade all the routes where, so H has there, the number 3 will go post, 2 will go dig. We're pushing this outside to about 5 to 7 and then climbing vertical and then snapping it in at 15. And we let them kind of feel that a lot too. Like if they feel like it's pretty open, we'll let them kind of just snap it off and work into there. And we're just going to read this low to high. It depends on your quarterback a little bit too. If you got a guy that likes to sling it deep, like the kid we had this year, good luck trying to teach him low to high. But I don't like to mess with those guys when they're like that. I've had a couple that I've been lucky enough to coach that have been able to sling the ball, especially downfield. One of them's probably he will be a top 10 draft pick this year. It's the Wilson kid. He was one of our quarterbacks at corner also. Now we'll run it at a 2x2 at a couple different looks. We'll put our out swap concept with our dig swap route, which is what we call this. And these are at 15 out and the dig, and then the back to the flat. Different variation here. And I could send you guys the variations to it. I'll just show you a couple clips and then I got to do the share screen again. All right, new share. Okay. So the first one is this is our first game this year where we're gonna run trade. So he's going post. So it's too high. He's just gonna peek him. If he runs over to the 9, then he knows he's got that split. So he just takes that out of that look and throws an easy touchdown. And then he'll take the shell across. He should be under here. So he should be running the dig. And then number 11, the Z out here, should be running the shallow cross. Here's one we get to. This is our next game. Quarterback kind of gets moved. Our dig gets walled off, but he keeps working. Quarterback, like I said, has a ton of ability. He's on his way to USC and gonna do really well there. He can throw up from about any angle too. He's one of those 3D QB guys that they're all doing now, where they're all throwing at all different arm angles and everywhere. Here's another one. does a good job moving in the pocket. This guy will come down, right? So that's the read. Safety stays down the middle, so he's not going to get down the post. So he's working here off pre-snap, so he should be going to here. He sees that shallow cross and takes it, so we'll throw that dig in behind it. That was on 3rd and like 16, I think. This will show you that we screw it up a lot. So this was supposed to be dig swap trade, so we're supposed to be running shallow cross here. The dig swap's going to be the number 2, which he does run it, but then our number 3 runs the damn shallow cross over there. So we had it all backwards here. Should have been shallow cross by the X, post by the number 3. The number 2 should have ran the dig. Here's one where the quarterback doesn't take the shallow. That's what we rep it in practice a ton, but we sometimes couldn't get him to take those nice little easy routes, and then he takes it for it. He gets face masked pretty hard here, and he throws a pick. He had that shallow cross, wide ass open, and then he decides to take that. He only threw, I think, 3 picks on the year for us. That was one of them. And he took it on that play. I didn't feel bad for him when he came to the sideline. Here's another one where he should just take shallow cross, right? They run off with that. They don't take it. He decides to get greedy, and they signal. We have some signals that we do, so they signal the double move, and he kind of went to it. RH ran the wrong route there. Here's another one that we run at a 2x2. So we just 3x1, but it's the regular, our traditional dig swap. So number 3 is going to run the dig. He's going to work outside stem up to 15 and dig. H is going to run the shallow cross. Their safety sees that dig and kind of holds. And so our quarterback loves to throw deep balls. So he rips a nice post down there. Another one here at a 3x1. When we run trade, he steps up and takes off on this one and then is able to throw the dig in behind it. He didn't have to run around, but he likes it anyway. He likes looking good. Broke out some like Jordan Nike cleats at the start of this game and then tweaked his ankle in them, or a Jordan football cleat. So then he had to switch him back to his old traditional cleats like in the first half. Was always trying to look good. Here's a concept that came down really good. We just didn't catch it. So we run the trade one. So we're going to take number 2 to the dig. 1's going to run shallow cross post there. Safety walls it. He opens up pretty good, holds the backer. Started looking away too quick. Here's another one, same game, gets him to pull it down, gets it in there, and then makes the guy miss. He's a little slippery, weird slippery, but a lot of times he would make guys just slide by him a lot. Let's see. I don't remember some of these. Oh, this one he takes the 9. Safety's rotating over to the post from that side, so he comes off to it. Throws like a back shoulder 9. I had some good receivers this year too, and linemen that made us look good. There's another one that's trade, so we'll go post to the 3, shallow cross, and work the dig in behind it. He should have taken the dig sooner. He starts moving around a little bit. That was a battle with me and him all year, a little on movement, but did a good job. There's another one in behind it. Just working that dig across, so he's going to read across. So he'll start here with him, and then he should take that pretty quick. Sometimes he was a little late. Here's another one. Number 3 gets a little scared here on the tackle. Love this kid. We gave him a hard time in film after this. He catches it, turns around, and gets a little nervous there. That's about it. We ran that route a bunch and had a lot of success with it this year. There's another one where he actually finally hits the shallow cross. This is, by the way, our first playoff game, so it took me about all damn year to get him to throw it, but there it is. But yeah, that's it for what we have. I appreciate you guys having